are the links to the link here?
In 5 minutes they will come the posters.
Oh, okay.
So that's actually nobody will scan that.
Okay. But that is a real QR code, right?
Yeah, real one.
Yeah, I just want to.
No, you need to sit down.
No, I got it.
Oh.
I just need to know when people ask me, like, what link does that bring them
Okay.
to? Oh, you consider this?
Yeah.
Got it.
Actually, I will ask somebody to add your links.
Ara.
Can you
Okay.
Alright.
For the workshop, for the hackathon, for the meetup, and all this stuff. I'll be able to change them. Right now? No, right now actually.
Because it's supposed to be innovation.
Innovation. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. We will change it on the workshop.
Yeah.
So your link.
Можно поподробнее, как это происходит? Да.
Блин, давайте покажу что-нибудь голословно.
Хорошо. Что нужно сделать?
Сейчас Саша, смотри, завтра забронит все USB.
So actually, we are
Oggi c'è materiale, c'è materiale.
Ну и цени.
Here, and it's good present for collectors all this stuff. And each business guy has opportunity when you create small art.
Wow. So basically, but the only purpose is to allocate a salary or they can.
ოღონდ მე არ მომაქციო ყურადღება რა. მთელი არ იცით რომ მე ვარ. ურავამაზია ეს მზის ხივი.
Says, okay, that's great. First, hello everyone. My name is Tosun. I'm the community manager for Turkey. As Ivan said, I am also responsible for this region as well, helping with the events, both offline and online. I am pleased to be here today and meet with you guys. It's a pleasure for me. First, I want to introduce what BNB Chain is. As Ivan said, BNB Chain is a blockchain solution provider, basically. However, when we getting more deeper, basically we are a EVM compatible layer 1 blockchain solution that has multi-chain structure, and we are trying to bring the Web3 to 1 billion users, next 1 billion users. Currently, blockchain is used, widely used, and it's getting really popular. However, the thing is that it will get much more popular in the future. And when we reach 1 billion users, we want to be there and we want to lead the industry. And for that reason, we have been developing and growing for the last 2 years. We were founded in 2020 on September, and recently we turned 2 and celebrated our 2nd year anniversary at the beginning of September. And throughout these 2 years, we achieved so many things. We got our daily active unique users on our chain. And also throughout these 2 years, we haven't even experienced a downtime. We have congestions, but we have never shut down our chain. So in terms of this, we are one of the most reliable chains out there and still leading the industry. And also we are, in terms of everything like TVL, total value locked on our chain, on our DMs, and also in terms of number of users and transactions, also developers on our chain. For the future, we have a tech roadmap that we have in mind, which we have recently published on our blog on bnbchain.org. You can actually follow these blogs to get more information about the chain and what we have in mind in terms of both technology, community, and other things. The key BNB product, which will help us scale more to the next 1 billion users, which is really important, and also it will make us more secure and faster. And this was from my side. Actually, I was our tech architect solution, so he knows more about technology products. So I will leave the stage to you.
Thanks for that work. So first time here as well, so we have this work is pretty city, the food is amazing. We experienced it in the past 2 days where we are not starving, the food is amazing. So as you say, our goal is really to reach 1 million or more users in the coming years. Standard token transfer as well, other type of standard token or standards smart contract which enables like higher capacity than other like ZK rollup. On top of that, one of the main features that we want to achieve is security. So the way to achieve security is through governance as well and consensus. So in our roadmap, we have a lot of ERC standards, but we do try as well from our technical points to achieve NFT that you cannot transfer. And only people which are, for example, KYC on Binance are able to achieve this token. And the way to utilize that is to basically connect the real life, like we call it like life to the digitalized aspect as well. So that's one of the ways that we can try to achieve a more like global scale by putting the really social aspects inside the project as well. We are here this weekend today for this hackathon as well that is going to start tomorrow and this weekend, where we try to
Yeah, this is Olivia. Actually, previously I worked for Binance for around 4 years, and then from Binance Charity to NFT defense token to investment to Lab 7A, so and fiat, and then now I just transferred to BNB Chain and charge of the Europe development. The reason for you to choose BNB Chain is actually several reasons. So first, we have the most active user for crypto on chain. So if you see compare the data for all different chains, actually 47% of all the active address is on BNB chain. And all the sum of all blockchains only occupy around 50%. And our number is still growing. So if you want to launch an application, you want a user.
Gewoon een alweer het slag gaan.
Are you willing to build the ecosystem with us? Where we incubate creativity, nurture the spirit, reach the consensus, a harmonious symbiosis with more individuals and communities. Build the future in Web3 together. Build what we have never seen before. Let's build.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today here in Georgia. This is actually our first BNB Chain community meetup that we're doing here in Georgia. So thank you everyone for coming. Together with us, we have Arno, who is our solution architect. At BNB Chain, we have Tosun, who is our community manager, taking care of this region as well. And we have Zoe, who is the head of business development for Europe.
This is the largest production in the world and the largest community. We are actually benefiting from this one, and so we also have a global network. So, for example, if your project, you're a Georgian project, you want to promote in Asia, and we're the best bridge for you to promote because we have the network there. Because we actually are.
Great. Actually, we have also, if anyone is interested in GameFi projects, when you look at a GameFi project, we have Ahmed right back there. Ahmed is waiting. So if anyone is doing a GameFi project, just speak to them. And we have a social movement back as well. So if you post it on social media, tag us, and you'll get a swag from BNB Chain. At this phase.
So actually, finance itself is kind of headquartered in different places, and different regulations that they have to meet to. Does that impede in any way, if you're say launching, some kind of staking mechanism or staking, opportunity? Is that can it be presented in the overall finance global ecosystem also?
Yeah, because even EU, the new regulation actually did not just pass the DeFi project and say we just do the regulation on the centralized exchange. So,
yeah. And wait, hang on.
So, as I heard, your aim is to become main chain, main chain to build on. How do you measure your stats and how do you compare to your competition? And actually, how do you know how do you compare? So my question is where you are as compared to your competition and how you measure. What stats do you measure? You can measure performance, but can you measure safety or other stats?
There's definitely a few points how you can measure. Some people are looking more at the market cap, for example, which is more for the trading aspect. We are looking mainly for a daily active user. That's all internally, we want to have the highest daily active user project we try to provide security, scalability, and friendly tool for developers to build on top of it. So I think that's right.
As of now, which are leaders? Sorry? So now, what is your opinion? Which are leaders right now? Which blockchains are leaders as of now with high performance?
So high performance, I mean, what we're talking about performance is like transaction per second, scalability.
Scalability of transactions.
So I mean, like even if you have like the transaction of Visa card, for example, if you don't have the user to sustain it, it's a bit useless. It's a power that you have that you cannot use or that your community cannot use. But when you look at the number of daily active users around all the other blockchains, so that if BNB Chain, for example, we are one of the ones which has daily active users, which is not necessarily waiting transactions per second, let's say, because there's not that many users that you are really not cash. But we have to try to prepare ourselves on the scalability one for the future.
That those miners or the devices that approve the transactions to be active. So as many devices and as distributed out there around the world as secure network. And I wonder whether about the BNB chain. Where is it located? Where are the devices? Who are the approvers of the transaction? And in which countries they are? Are they in the same place or not? And we'll have a question about the hackathon.
Two additional validators to be part of the consensus. So end of next week we're going to have like 23 validators. From a location point, we don't know where they are. That's the beauty of decentralization. So we don't know who all those entities are because like it's decentralized and everyone can potentially I guess afterwards going to be the like lab farm team to decide how the support is going forward. So that I cannot really answer. But for sure by default from the start you can list on the banking swap, for example. Which is our main decentralized exchange.
I don't think I really understand to have the tokens on BNB chain to trade.
Maybe you can answer.
Let me answer.
Or you can answer it maybe.
So I think your question was related to if you have a nice project where your token be listed on Binance, is it? Okay, so basically listing of tokens and BNB Chain is a complete separate thing. So it's not correlated. So there's no priority in whether you have BNB Chain project or not, actually. Yeah. Okay, I think food and drinks are here. So I know you guys have been sitting for a while. So do feel free to enjoy it, food and drinks, and speak to anyone with BNB Chain t-shirt. They're more than happy to answer your questions. And please use the photo booth and get a swag out of it.
It's like, okay, if I achieve the certain like daily active user every day for a certain period of time, then we're going to help you to run those transactions as well, which you know that will solve the problem.
Hello. First of all, thank you for bringing such kind of this support to people like startups. Like we have some kind of ideas. And my question is, what kind of level should we the startup to get interested in? For example, we are now at a stage where we are moving from idea to the demonstration demo phase, and then we want to bring on the investment phase and then go up to the global market and so on. If you are interested, we can introduce later our startup and what we do and so on. And the main thing is we want to join into BNB Chain and find out what kind of intersection we have.
Yeah, we're willing to give support for each stage from ideation to MVP to the project referrals to the fundraising. Actually, we can provide a serious service. So after we want to get our BNB one greater group, and we'll add our sales support. We're actually building this function recently. So basically, any question you have, you can ask the group, and we will provide you a response. And if we don't have
region. Local resources and that, I understand you guys are doing hackathon, but are you putting together like sort of a developer?
And we have created several channels for Georgian community, especially on Telegram. And after the install counts, we will actually, as for the developers specifically, we have our Discord, which is a global one, and we 24/7 we are.
To lead you to like the different channels that BNB Chain has. Yeah.
One thing to add, so if you scan.
Be interested in TikTok at all, or if you guys have, ways to let people know of you on TikTok.
Key opinion leaders in different regions, specifically talking specifically for Turkish community. We have worked with TikTokers before. For the Georgian community, if there's any needs in the future, our community managers there.
Each user who can use our project can create a small bank for his own company.
Any other questions, anyone? Alright, okay, then basically we have a photo booth area at the back.
How BNB Chain grow? A lot of networks like BNB Chain.
Like chains, and it's mostly gamified or game applications where there are a lot of users and application where they're going to be able to lower the transaction fee for the user and increase the experience. If you're only on the main chain, you cannot do both on the blockchain because it's too costly. But if you do it on a side chain, you can assume like, is this application secure and blockchain able? So they know that, okay, this specific one. So we try to achieve such kind of way as well for people to enter without being pulled, using some kind of security measure. I'm going to present tomorrow during the workshop, so you can see like how it's going to look like.
Could you tell us a couple of words about your social media presence?
We don't have, we don't have a local Twitter account right now. It's Georgian, the community has been recently founded. It's still very new and we are not that present in social channels. And for the plans, knowledge about why, because I am not the community manager of Georgia or this region in general. Therefore, it's not.
Hopefully, I think M is out. Oh, M is empty. M.
Enjoy your. Oh yes.
Oh. Ahora poco la
We have 30 players. We're scaling up to 300 players next year. But that's not the point because.
So this is why we have this initiative that we're going to launch, which is called Meetup, which is basically a tool for builders like you or for the wallets to be able to ask our blockchain, like, is this contract or is this transaction secure from a financial loss or malicious contract, to ensure that the user is not going to sign a transaction, for example, to be able to detect the malicious project or actors. To be able as well to raise awareness of safety. We have as well one of the key metric of Avenger DAO. I'm going to measure is and if it's secure or what is the risk behind. So this is the first step of Avenger DAO. The second one is mostly about the watch, which is mostly used for, let's say, if you're, for example, pancake swap, they have a DEX. Like they might want to be aware if something's happening with the liquidity pool. So this is something that the watch is going to be able to first use, like collected BNB inside a vault, and which means that the community is going to trust you more. It's very low risk as well. So I guess this one is very low risk because it's basically, so it's not going to tell you if the project is how to say, stable or not. It's just like from a contract point of view. So it's like that I want to interact with one of your contracts, and I'm like not sure if there's a risk or not. So I'm going to be able to query this API, and they're going to give me like a feedback saying like, okay, this has been validated, there is no risk. The risk is level 2 out of 3, for example. Here in Pancake Swap, they are basically able to show the user, okay, there is a low risk because this address contains no obvious risk. It's under like an official project. It's well known. There's a high mix. Or for example, for that pay, they're able as well to show the level of contract, but it's not like a level of assessment regarding the project's capability. As well, how this API is working. Just let me know and I can provide you an API ID and API so you can run it as well for yourself. So this is, for example, so it's a post query, and that's the URL. There is of course like a pre-request script in order to tokenize, to get the token based on your app secret and key. And for example, for this one, the chain ID is basically the ID of the BNB chain, which is 56. If you're on the testnet, it's 96, if I remember well, so we can change it as well. So as you see here, the risk level transactions with other contracts. So it's not like an audit, of course, but they could potentially like try to run some function with my contract and see what's happening. So it says a lower level of risk compared to someone letting the user. For example, if you go here, you can see this ticker mark.
Contract that has published source code on the transporter, like unless some of your partners will audit it, the score won't change.
Correct, yeah. You need to be audited. At the end, the audit is really the highest level that the community will trust. But you need to subscribe to be able to view it, to receive the notifications, which are basically helping projects to run sidechain for them. So the sidechain is mostly used for, like, let's say gaming, if you want to have like some specific smart contracts. Because like a ZK rollup is not EVM compatible, or ZK rollup can nevertheless like handle NFTs and standard BEP20, which are like ERC20. So standard tokens are compatible with the ZK rollup. But once you have more advanced smart contracts, you need to have a sidechain, because the sidechain is the only one which is like right now EVM compatible. It's enabling as well you to be able to lower the gas costs and higher TPS of course as well, since you can customize the gas limit, the block size limit compared to the main one. So like right now on BNB Chain the limit is 200,000 or 200, I don't remember exactly the limit, but you can basically increase it on the side chains.
We make similar to MVP and partially or
Yeah,
use dummy data for that just to replicate.
So here we need to add our own type identity. Then to start from like block 0, because this is a fraction contract, so it's like it doesn't make sense to start so early. So we're just going to look when it has the first transaction in order to understand. So here, so we have this block, so we are just take this block as starting time, so it should be faster after when we have the next step. So here we have like only an entity or a DAO can basically issue an SBT to a user. Like you cannot issue it yourself, because otherwise it has no value. A higher chance to acquire it thanks to its historical credit.
Like social score.
You could call it a social score, yeah. I don't really like the term that, but yeah. But it's basically nobody knows with different like way of behaving online. So Binance yesterday released this Binance account bond token, which is enabling every Binance account holder, which are KYC, to link and like today I tried to discuss with you now about like how you can see it like in your own project, like how you believe you could potentially use it, that you have in mind, like how you could potentially use it.
Platform where we have the users who are trying to bring some kind of their files into generate into T1, and how we can implement those kind of soulbound tokens into this.
Whitelisting.
Yeah.
So people are trying to get whitelisted. So one of the way, for example, to import Binance, I have this BNB token, I'm already on BNB Chain. So why not just
decentralizing on L1, which means that for project or for builders, it's really interesting because it's easy to attract users and easy to build up communities as well. So for you as builders, it's one of the greatest points of BNB Chain. Like it's easy for you to attract users or to find already like a big growth of daily active users compared to other networks. So what is BNB Chain in a way? We are EVM compatible, so we are like everything that is happening on Ethereum, like for solidity purpose, is working as well on BNB Chain. We are decentralized as well, like most of the blockchains are, not everyone is, but we are as well. We have multiple chains that you're going to see later on. We have one which is called the Beacon Chain, which is mostly our consensus and governance layer. And on top of that, we have BNB Chain, which is the main EVM chain for smart contracts. We are the largest smart contract blockchain, so we have, as I said, we have the most daily active users, but we have as well the most projects that are running on BNB Chain. For the next 3 to 5 years, we hope to onboard like up to, so there's all those kind of topics that we are looking for you builders to basically build on top of it. It's been 2 years, like last week or 2 weeks ago was our 2-year anniversary, and since those 2 years we are like 100% reliable. We never had any downtime. We had some contracts done, of course, but never like any downtime, or never any nodes which went down. Today, BNB Chain is one of the best performing blockchain. So we have to reach, our aim is to reach 1 billion daily active users, so not only users, but users which are using the layer 1, or users which are really on a daily basis using projects or connecting to you. We try to be secure, reliable, scalable, and especially like fast as well. So we are one of the fastest blockchain out there. I'm just going to go through what's called the Beacon Chain and what is the BNB Smart Chain. So on the Beacon Chain was mainly the first blockchain that we created. Maybe you're already familiar with different type of consensus. Everyone's aware of the proof of work, which is mostly used by ETH right now, and Bitcoin mainly today. So in the blockchain, let's say currently after proof of work, we had a lot of proof of stake, which is mostly like a mix of both, which means that we are proof of stake authority. That's how we call ourselves. We call ourselves authority because to be able to be a validator, you need to have a certain level of staking. So we are not the one deciding who is authorized to be a validator or not, but it's based on their staking power. So for example, if I'm just going to open, I'm just going to demonstrate you. An active validator, you need to be in the top 21, which means that everyone today could potentially acquire BNB, stake it, and be part of those 21 validators. That's how our consensus is run today. We aim to, as a lot of people are complaining, saying like it's not decentralized enough. So our aim is really to increase our decentralization as well. And we're going to enhance our number validator. So that's why we basically are going to enhance, thanks to a new proposal that we are pushing next week, going to add more validator, more random validator like on the go. And basically we're going to call them candidates. Those candidates are kind of going to be served as backup. So if we go back to this page here, for example, those two inactive ones, starting next week, are going to become active as well. So what we try to do, we try to have one contract for the storage, one for the logic, and one main and the proxy one, which is connecting to the storage and to the logic one. So if you want to update your logic, you can just like keep your proxy, but change the destination of the logic contract. This is the source of it. Being able to learn how to cut your contract in multiple small contracts is quite important. We recommend that you